reason for this to not work. Alright, maybe it's working now. Yeah, I think it's working. 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 Alright, I think everything's good. Sorry, this is mostly just me testing. Getting with OBS and using this Nvidia Broadcast software. Sorry, this is mostly just me testing. There, shouldn't be able to hear me in the background now. Let's see how well this works. I don't normally use OBS. Normally I use Shadow Play. Oh. It looks like it's working.
Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senna. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer.
I'm gonna try turning down the audio on this to just a hair because it's pretty loud. At least on my headphones it is.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
I wanted to try to run this, 5K, 2K, but I don't think I even have the bandwidth for that. And OBS keeps throwing an Nvidia encoder error whenever I try to use above, I think anything above 4K, it starts throwing error messages. So we're just doing it at 1080p to see how well this all can run. And mostly, I'm trying, like I say, the Nvidia Broadcast software ties in like their RTX AI software that kind of does elimination of background noise, and you can see me in the camera. I'm using my Logitech Brio 4K, but I just have it running at 1080p. But anyways, you can see like the background on me is black, and you can also use it to insert different backgrounds, I guess. I haven't played around with that yet, but like if you wanted to have a background behind yourself, you can't even see my own hand behind me, right? Well, there's probably some lag, so let me see. Okay, again. But like my microphone is pretty close to my face. The camera should be able to see it, but it's actually like the microphone doesn't show up in the image, so that's pretty interesting. No, I was just gonna see if I could skip through some of this, but I guess we'll let it run. See. Hope everybody's having a good weekend.
Look around and you will see them. Drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, floating in the fields and rivers of hell.
I'm hoping they get the sequel out for this game here fairly soon. I don't know how soon that'll be, but
This is not a place of rest.
and I don't know if it'll be available on PC or if it's just going to be on the new Xbox console. That's kind of what I've been seeing, is that it might be an Xbox exclusive, but that would be kind of crappy considering this game was on PC. So hopefully we'll be able to play the sequel coming out, but I still don't know when that's supposed to be coming. The other thing that it's the Nvidia Broadcast software is doing is it's like noise reduction in the room. So like if I have a fan on, or like I actually have my window open to let some air in here right now, and at least to the test that I ran, you can't hear those things in the background. Like it suppresses all that background noise, but still picks up voice. It's the only difference that I've noticed is that your voice sometimes sounds a little bit robotic, or like you can tell that it's doing something, but it does at least eliminate those annoyances.
You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself.
I've got Reshade installed for this game, but I can never seem to get Reshade to work. This screen space reflections.
Where you're most
Eh.
vulnerable.
Yeah, so like in the background there, like it's all kind of white and outlined. I can never figure out how to get that to work quite correctly. I've seen other videos where people have got it working. I do the exact same thing that they do, and it doesn't work. So I don't know. If somebody's got a proper guide on how to set up those screen space reflections at the right depth and make them look good, that'd be great. But I haven't been able to figure it out. Like I say, every video tutorial I followed, it doesn't work.
You might
So
think she's brave to go on this journey on her own.
it just looks like kind of like ass. You can see all this little sparkling. You see like the furry outfit she's wearing. It's like a bunch of little pixels and stuff dancing around it. It just doesn't look good. So
With fear runs far, far deeper.
game looks pretty good even in 1080p. This is already getting to be a couple years old. I think this came out in 2017, so for a game that's 3.5 years old or something, it's starting to look. It still looks pretty damn good.
What is she looking at?
Hmm.
What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
I'm just toggling reshade on and off here and there just to see kind of how it looks, but
No way back.
what can I say? It doesn't look. I mean, it looks better in some ways, but like I say, I think that screen space reflection crap just isn't quite working how I'd want it to do. I could shut that off though, and then just use like fake HDR.
Why don't you
That's
show us?
a little too dark there.
Maybe you two have a part to play in this story.
Can kind of make the colors a little more vibrant, that kind of thing. Depth of field, although that's a little too strong. That's something you got to play around with every game you want to use it on, but it looks pretty good just like with the fake HDR.
Focus. Look closer. Look.
Do not forget my story, Senua, because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hell's Gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea, and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river, and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Yeah. Right.
shadows across which lies the halls of hell, the place they call Helheim. There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Oh dear beloved, dear Ed.
I'd like to try this game out in VR, because just like some of these environments in this game look so freaking incredible that if they even looked pretty close to this good with a VR helmet, like this game would look amazing. But the problem with that I have with VR is it tends to make me sick to my stomach. Like the motion will mess me up, and then sometimes I get migraines from it too. So unfortunately, I think VR is not something I'm going to ever be able to really adopt that well unless they come out with a method to mitigate against those problems. But some people have claimed like it's just like, you know, a frame rate issue. But to me, that's nothing to do with it, at least not in the games that I've played. It just depends on how the motion is designed. Like if you teleport around but otherwise just stand still, then I'm okay. But if, like in this game, the character moves all the time, and that would definitely mess up my stomach. Like I tried playing Minecraft in VR, and it gave me pretty severe stomachache, you know, queasy feelings. But I think this game would be, like I say, like just imagine being underneath this and looking up at all this stuff in VR and looking down at the water and feeling like you were really there. Like this is a pretty impressive, this game is a visual feast is the way I would put it. Other thing, I want to build like a pure gaming rig. I've been kind of talking about that on the channel a little bit. It's just so hard to get stuff right now, as you guys of course are aware. But I've already got, you figure, the Kingpin 3090, and then whenever I build a gaming rig, I'm going to put the Kingpin in the gaming rig, and then put my remaining hybrid 3090 in my workstation to let that continue to train my deepfakes. But like I was thinking about doing the new Z590 chipset, but all the good motherboards for that, like people are scalping those just like they are with video cards and processors, and I know it'll be damn near impossible to get a frickin' 11900K.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
So yeah, like I'd like to do an 11900K, and the board that I want, there's either one or two, but I prefer to get the MSI Z590 Meg Ace. That is a really slick looking board. And then Asus has their Hero 7 or Hero 8, whatever it is. Either of those boards have 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. And I figure if I'm going to get something new, I might as well try to get all the new features. But, of course, basically can't get them, or at least not through Amazon Prime, or not directly from Newegg. It's like a third party, overpriced, then you gotta wait like a month to get it kind of thing. So I'm a little bit annoyed with that. So I was thinking like an AMD R7 5800X would be okay, but I don't know. Like if I'm gonna go balls to the walls on a pure gaming rig, it's kind of like you want to get the best possible per core performance.
Drew, is that you?
From my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar. An old fool. Druth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
Tell me these stories.
Seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Focus your mind's eye.
Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. It worked.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen, learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listen when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Another voice joins us. She was trying to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You
I
can't
don't know if you can actually fall off here or not. I've always tried to be fairly careful there.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki.
She's hella big,
Feared her blood,
man.
bad on her mother's side, and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your duty is sacrificed.
So here's like you're getting your first fight, and you're not really supposed to defeat the things here, so I'm going to lose.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find it.
Would have been cool if they'd made some DLC for this game or something.
Someone's here.
So yeah, you can't beat these guys as I understand it. Or maybe I can kill like some of the first ones, I forget. Yeah, like they'll start being invulnerable here in a second. Yeah, see. These guys are all smoked out or whatever. You can't hurt these guys. I don't think I've ever actually bothered to try to survive this long on this. It's kind of funny. Can't see. She don't look happy. I think she's been using Brand X. She's not quite dead.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is wrought. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her.
Maybe a little preparation H.
For nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Almost 5 o'clock already.
Thought in the mind.
Weekend sure to go by fast.
What Dilly taught her.
Kind of a joke.
With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul.
That'll work tomorrow.
But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow,
Pretty windy outside today.
whatever the cost.
Had some tornado warnings here the last couple of days. My cat is taking notice.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valram. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Okay, like I said, this was mostly a test to verify that I could get OBS, working correctly and getting it working with the Nvidia Broadcast software. and it does seem to be working. Like I say, it blurred out, you know, my background is fine, and I'll find out here in a minute. Like I'll go back and test and make sure, like listen to my own broadcast, but make sure that it was doing a good job of noise mitigation in the background. But pretty cool that it can cut out, any kind of a background noise that you're having, like your, the fans or whatever. So if it's a hot day and you want to run your air conditioning in the background or something, but you want to stream at the same time, I mean, it doesn't, like they even have like a demo audio track of it drowning out AC, and it's not like 100%, but it's mostly mitigated. It certainly makes it so it's not really a problem. And between the person talking and then the game audio, like you really wouldn't hear it. So definitely does a good job. But appreciate everybody watching, which looks like I'm the only one watching the stream, but maybe some of you guys will watch this later. And if not, well, nobody will hear this message. But that said, I'll have more content up pretty soon in the near future.